Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. We are going to continue on the same self care, self love series. And this is episode 3, where we're going to talk about how to build a strong relationship with yourself. And if you're interested, just keep watching. This is a safe place where we talk all about mental health, well being, productivity, and leveling up, especially if you're a woman. In today's topic, we are going to learn about those steps that we can take to have a more meaningful, a more safer relationship with ourselves. So what happens is we are so focused outwardly because, to be honest, all our senses is very outwards focused. So because of that, we think and we do things we according to our environment. So all of our energy is going outside. We are looking at outside relationships and we are doing everything for outside. But we forget the most important person in this whole world is yourself. And in today's episode, I'm going to take one by one all the topics, all the points which are essential to have a meaningful relationship with yourself. Because once you navigate that, once you figure out best relationship chemistry with your own self, it's easier to not feel abandoned. It's easier to be comfortable with yourself. It's easier to not feel like you're half or you're empty or you need somebody else to fulfill you. Because to be honest, we are complete in ourselves. And that is a situation we want to come in, that we feel complete in our own self. Number 1, practice self-awareness. Okay, so if you cannot fall in love with somebody that you don't know about, and that same thing applies to you also, you need to know yourself to be able to fall in love with yourself. And that sounds very flaky, but is so crucial. Not just crucial, it takes you a while to understand how it works. It takes a lot of self-awareness to be able to understand what's going on in your mind on a day-to-day basis. So the easiest way to achieve that is journaling, because it is easier said than done to know yourself. You are going to write in your journal, and when you write in a journal, it works like a reflective board. You're sharing your experience, and then suddenly you realize, oh, this happened, and it must be because I was feeling this emotions. While it is so important for children to be taught educate them about emotions and to help them understand the different kinds of emotion and that emotions are healthy, it's our natural response of our body that emotions come. Sometimes, because we did not get that thing, we have to, in our adulthood, make an effort to teach ourselves that. And journaling helps with that. It helps you understand what kind of emotion you felt at different situation. For example, let's say your friend said something to you and you felt very triggered. And it's a very push and pull kind of a situation, because she's your friend and you're supposed to have a good feeling towards her, but your body is resisting and your body is feeling, I don't like this. And if you don't spend time and figure out what's going on, you will always be very confused, and it could also lead to guilt, because you're thinking that I'm not a good human being, because even with my friend, I'm not able to have a happy feeling. I'm having this triggered feeling and I don't feel like talking to you. Maybe I'm not a good person. So then it becomes like a negative self-belief. And we don't want that. So a journaling, writing your day-to-day events and incidents helps you understand what really was going on. So when you go at the core of it, okay, she did this and because of which it hurt me. But why did it hurt me? Because maybe some time back, or maybe I feel very sensitive about this topic. So what can I do about it? Maybe I can talk to her and say that, this is something I don't like talking about. So can we not discuss about? And that's a healthy way of dealing with emotions and instances and relationship. But for that, you need to have the self-awareness. What are the things that are causing you trigger and what are the things that you like? Number 2, cultivate self-compassion. It is so easier said than done. Self-compassion comes with a lot of self-awareness, and that is why I put self-awareness as the key point, because unless you have that self-awareness, that time, that duration to sit with yourself and sit with that feeling, to understand what exactly is the feeling and where is it coming from, you cannot have self-compassion. But it is also cultivated over practice. A lot of times when our friends do something bad to us or they hurt us, us, it's easier for us to forgive them. It's always easier for us to say that, okay, maybe this must have gone wrong with her, and that's why she did this for her. Or maybe she's having a bad day today. That's why she had a meltdown, or she said things to me in a rude way. But do we do that to ourselves? More often than not, we are very, very critical when we are talking about ourselves. So we make a mistake. Immediate response in our brain is, how clumsy I am, how stupid I am that I cannot correct this. And I believe that words have tremendous power. When we repeat those words, our mind, our subconscious brain is just catching those phrases. It doesn't understand what is the context, it remembers those words. And then it will give you proofs to prove that you are a stupid person. And that's how core beliefs are built up. So the first step, anytime you use a negative sentence for yourself, hold yourself. Let's say if maybe we can start with doing it practically when you're saying something aloud, or when you're describing yourself or introducing yourself. Be mindful of the kind of words that you're using for yourself. And then we can go to cognitively, that when you're thinking, when you do something, what kind of statements come in your mind, then you start controlling those and tell yourself or rephrase those sentences that I made a mistake. There is not even a single person on this planet Earth who doesn't make a mistake. Or I lied. There is not a single person who doesn't lie. I'm a bad person. Every one of us have a shadow side and a light side. Every one of us has desires and wants. If you did something, get to the core of it. What made you do that? It's almost like becoming your own parent, but a kind parent. Possibly the kind of parents that you didn't have, a more compassionate parent. And make yourself your own child and look at yourself and be that kind, compassionate parent to yourself. And this is key. You want to have a good relationship with your own self, you need to learn how to talk nicely to yourself. And I tell you, it goes around like a cycle in our lives. When we don't know how to talk nicely to ourselves, kindly to ourselves, we will meet people who will treat us the same way we treated us. You know what I mean? Like, you will come across people who would tell you that you're stupid if you keep calling yourself stupid. It's the way the world is. It's a very reflective, it's a very mirror kind of a thing. The kind of relationship you have, people will have the same kind of relationship with you. So just look at your relationships with other people. Is it miserable? Then very high chances that you're also not treating yourself in a very good way. How we treat ourselves says a lot about how much we respect ourselves. And usually the outside world will reflect the same kind of a relationship in our lives. Setting boundaries. I do not get tired of talking about boundaries because it is the hardest pill that I had to learn. And it is the most important that you need to learn even sometimes as an adult, which you should have learned in your childhood, but it's never late. Setting boundaries is like respecting yourself. And setting boundaries has so much of ripple effect in your life. It's unbelievable. Like, you can literally change your life completely by just learning this one skill, which is setting boundaries, which is very difficult also. And setting boundaries include things like learning how to say no to people, understanding what is your limit, what you will not stand anymore, sticking to your word, honoring your word, honoring yourself, taking care of yourself, looking at your needs first before putting others ahead of you. I have a complete set, a bundle of all that you need to learn about self, creating healthy boundaries. In the link down below, you can use it. And it's all about investing in yourself. And setting boundaries can really turn around relationship and turn around pathetic relationship and make it more healthier, more respectful relationship. The reason people are abused and, domestic violence and all of those things happens is because they have not learned the lesson of setting boundaries. Because if you refuse to take an abusive behavior, the other person has no chance of doing that to you. They do it because you allow it. And you allow it like, okay, I'll allow this maybe next time. Or you forgive and you forgive and you forgive, and you never learn a lesson that people don't change. People repeat same behaviors. And they also know that if you're letting it go now, you will continue to let it go all the time. And then they will keep checking your limits. You don't want to be in a situation where it's really like your life is on stake, kind of a limit where there is no other way out, because then it's like a complete breakdown of your own nervous system and you don't know how to handle those things. You don't want to have the situation to be pushed to that extreme before you, okay, now I have to set a boundary. Setting healthy boundaries can really, really protect you from a lot of abusive relationship, a lot of abusive friendships, a lot of abusive work culture, workplaces, work ethics. It works everywhere. Number 4, investing in self-care. Okay, this comes towards the later half or towards the end because it's important, but not as important as the other 3 important points. But this one is, once you have cultivated and spent some time practicing those, then now is your time to have some fun and some kind of an entertainment for yourself in the self-care terminology, where you invest some time for your own self-care. And that could be taking care of your body. That could be waking up early for going for workout. That could be taking a walk. And these are the things that you are pouring water in yourself. If you're the kind of a person who likes to go out for a movie, take yourself out for a movie. If you're the kind of a person who likes to go to different cafe, I'm saying this from my own experience. I love going to cafes. I don't want to wait for people to say, okay, let's go for a cafe. I will take myself out on it for a cafe. I will sit there with myself, just soaking in and feeling so grateful that I have the opportunity of eating this delicious pastry, having this amazing hot coffee, and I'm with myself and I'm peaceful at this time. You have to invest in a relationship. And like any other relationship, to build a relationship with your own self, you have to invest in it. You have to, and sometimes investment is time. Sometimes investment is taking yourself out to a park or to a gym and taking care of your body. Maybe going for a massage. Sometimes, if your body is feeling tired, take out some time to like get some oil, maybe make a scrub out of your regular sugar, put some oil in it and scrub your body. Nourish it. I'm telling you, it just feels so fulfilling, not just for your body, it's for your soul. You will feel so luxurious because you took care of yourself. And I think that is the reason why many years ago there used to be communal bathing sessions. Bathing was not a chore. It wasn't like something that you have to just get by it. It was something that was a luxurious connection kind of a thing that you did for yourself. So you're surrounded by your mates and you're talking to them, and then you're scrubbing your feet. You're taking care of each part of your body. And that has a very therapeutic effect on your mind, your soul, and your body. So do list down those things that you love to do and you want to do. And you want somebody else to do it for you, but you do it for yourself. Give yourself the importance that you deserve, that you want from others. Give it to yourself first. And it's doable. A lot of people do it. I have done it and it's 100% doable. And it's very enjoyable. It's 100% nourishment for your soul. Number 5, pursue personal growth. There is nothing more fulfilling than spending time to nourish your mind and stimulate your mind. And what I mean to say is that if there is something that you can do, you can think to improve any of your skill, it will give you so much of confidence. And you never know when you're pushing yourself, like when you're watering yourself, you never know when a certain hobby, because you're so passionate about it, certain hobby can become a career or can become a second source of income. But for that, you need to have the self-awareness. So it's all intermingled and it's all like an ecosystem. Once you have the self-awareness, you understand what are the things that you really enjoy, that nourishes your soul. Like for me, it was music. So it was sometimes singing or sometimes listening. And I spent time and invested on lessons because it wasn't just learning to become something. It was just being in that environment of music that made me so happy, that gave me true joy. And that is what is self-growth. It could be learning a new language. It could be working on your talent or gardening or anything that you like, but you need to know what you like. So maybe you could try a few things and see what is working for you. And sometimes I've noticed if you enjoy talking about something, very likely that you enjoy that is something that you're passionate about. If you don't have a lot of disposable money to do that for yourself, just open YouTube. Now you can learn anything on YouTube. So just like painting, spend some time playing with colors is really therapeutic. I've started learning some coloring, painting with watercolors, and I'm so enjoying it. And I started looking for very easy videos, easy things to do, and it's just so wonderful. I spend some time with my daughter and me. We just do that. And it's like a bonding session, but we are both doing our own thing. So I have like two notepads, one for her, one for myself. We just do it. And it didn't require any additional cost for us. It's just internet and the supplies, the basic supply that she already had. It's just your time and being aware of what you are enjoying. And the most important thing is doing things. I tell you, it took me many years to understand the universe really wants you to do things that you really enjoy. And the people who really enjoy what they're doing are the ones who are thriving. Just think about it. The universe actually wants you to do things that you actually enjoy. So these are the 5 points that will take you towards having a very healthy, nourishing relationship with yourself. Get to know yourself. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share with your friends and loved ones, and subscribe to my channel. If you have any question, don't forget to drop me a comment. I love reading your comments, and it's very encouraging for me to see your comments and the fact that you're taking your time out to write a few lines for me. I truly appreciate it.